will show that I have 15 credit cards, we have 25 credit cards, and we have this and we have that. It's all about the same thing, and that's happened with insurance companies. I'm trying to reach out to a lot of insurance companies and see how much money they are donating in this pandemic.
No, no,
I'm
they
not
won't.
able to find. I'm not able to find a single penny, and they are taking money from us during this pandemic as well, and they're not covering us at this point of time. So what's the point of these insurance companies? I don't know what to say about all those things, but doctors know because they treat the patients and they know that sometimes patient doesn't have money and they don't know what to do at that point of time. Some doctors I know they pay from their pocket as well. I know a lot of doctors, so they pitch up and they pay from their pockets just to make sure that the patient will get back home safe and healthy. I think Dr. Tula can share more picture on that, but that's happening around. I mean,
See, Ankit, the basic problem we need to understand one thing, that over a period of time, what has happened is, I mean, I'm not defending any profession, but what has happened into the medical profession also has, if we, analyze and introspect, see what happens is that there is a lot of grind which goes into the profession, right?
yeah,
So because the studious character of the study is like that, that you're spending at least around, if you go to a super specialist level, then if you go without a break, you're spending basically anywhere around approximately 11 to 12 years in this entire grind,
yeah,
right? So what
Yes.
happens is, by the time you are into a level and you start earning, you are already, when it comes to the
right,
materialistic things of it, you're already way far behind your other colleagues who are into different branches, and they are already well settled and everything. So
yeah,
what happens is that over a period of time, this the professional doctors also get sucked into this entire materialistic thing, right? So what happens is, they will then start, this there is this mad rush of trying to, because ultimately they will get married, they will have children, they will want also to give a good life to their families and all that, right? By the time they get into their 50s and 60s, they suddenly start realizing that ultimately, maximum doctors at that age, what I've seen all around, there may be a few black sheep. Apart from there, they have a tendency of giving back into the society, right? But I would like, honestly speaking, if I were to, weigh and make the wheel change, my first thing would be that we have a certain kind of graded pay scale for doctors across, right? So you don't get into this money thing. Now what happens is, you are earning two, you will want to earn four. This is a rat race. Honestly speaking, this is happening all across. See, we need to understand that medicine cannot be business. Unfortunately, what has happened over a period of time is that, I mean, despite doctors not wanting to get into it, they have been sucked inside the system. The system has been made it into such that large corporates are holding the show, and ultimately corporate, please understand one thing very clearly, that any corporate or any business house is not there for charity, right? So they are in to make money. I have no problems in their making money, but what I want is that at least there should be some amount of giving back into the society also, right? So if you have money, then only you will be able to give back. If you are not having any money, where are we going to do the charity for? But my only grievance, or you can say, is that when situations like these arise, then they have to ensure that they are giving back to the society, which doesn't happen all of the time.
No,
Yeah,
I
I have
agree.
think
I agree. Mohammed, what have you got?
I have three views actually. One thing, Dr. Tula, this time in India, the business community has donated 68,000 crore to the
Yes,
PM Care Fund. It is very good thing, and thanks to all the business community and the social communities, Bollywoods and all. So they have come up, and we have to make more aware the how serious this issue and how financial crunch is going on in within the country and across the world. So everyone has to understand this pain actually. This is the need of the hour. I just want to share two things which is completely new, which we have already discussed on the IBM earlier. The term is WPO, World Pandemic Organization. Actually, we discussed, and I imagine and something the 10 Commandments of WPO. What would be the future step See, this time we are fighting with the corona, and see, and we will overcome, inshallah, in days to come. But we have to have the WPA, World Pandemic Organization, in place to take care further. So I have 10 commandments, and I want to share that, if you allow me. Should I
Yes.
Sure,
go
sure.
ahead?
Go,
Okay.
go ahead.
So first thing, the first number is planning like an army. So we army always ready to fight. If somebody will, some country will fight, then how an army will react? So army is ready to fight back to the enemy. So we healthcare army should always be ready to fight back with the pandemic. Second is the bifurcation of hospitals. This time what happens, the we were treating corona patients in different hospitals, and then so from day one we can bifurcate, this is a pandemic hospital, this is a non-pandemic hospital. So this time we cannot care those serious patients also, because of the fear of the infection. Okay. Third thing, their list should be ready of NGOs, those NGOs who are really working for the nation, for the noble cause, and not for the gain. So we have to have the list ready with us, so that we can give the approval in fast track, so that they can join hands together with the government, and they can work together as such. Fourth thing, society face value is required right now. See, nobody is ready to listen. So, and government is just giving in guideline, don't come out, use mask, do this, do that. There should be face value, there should be brand ambassador in every country, or maybe in a country 10% should be face value from different fraternity, so that they can come up, like politicians or the media person, social workers, Bollywood workers, even so many other business communities should have, there should be a radio society face value, so that they can make aware, they can convince the people what to do, what not to do. These are the need of the hour. Fifth is financial assistance to people. So this time whatever country is doing for financial support to the people is not the sufficient actually. Some country is doing the best, and some country is doing the worst, because they don't have plan. They so peoples are dependent on the government's policy. Government will come some package and will help them up. Second thing is the mental health support system. There should be a team, a specialized, planned way to help the needy people, because depression is a common thing even in the normal situation. But this situation, mental health support system is required everywhere in the world. And seventh is who will supply what. See, this time there is a mess. From where to buy masks, from where to buy sanitizer and PPE and some other things. So we have to have this information in advance, and we should know well in advance that what are the production capacity of this company. We should list those company in advance, so that we cannot face the challenge at the time. At the positive role of media, politician, and the religious leaders, we have to have, see, all the politicians are not worst, all the media person and political leaders and religious people are not the worst. Somebody, some few are they doing the wrong thing, but we have to have the information in place to plan in a way that those leaders, religious leaders or religious guru or politician or media person, can help them to make aware, to help them to follow the rules and guidelines of the country. Ninth guideline is how to improve immunity naturally. We have to have plan right now, and we should make aware. It's not only the responsibility of a doctor, but it's the responsibility of everyone. This is the need of the hour. This is like an arms and ammunition for us. And last, don't ignore BPL, below poverty line people, because right now this is 600 million, and it might be the 1,000 million below poverty line people. So we have to convert them up from the BPL. This is need of the hour.
Mhm.
So these 10 commandment is need of the hour from my point of view, and we have already discussed about the WPO, World Pandemic Organization. I think, is there any questions?
No, and those are some really heavy points. We could almost do a show on each one of them because I mean, Dr. Tula, what do you think? I mean, because these are some valid
See,
things that we got to consider.
see, what he talks, our dear friend Mohammad talks is perfectly all right. The only problem is that you need to understand all the countries have to come together. Now that is the big challenge, and that is the biggest challenge. Honestly speaking, I don't think there is problem with the people. I mean, look at all of us.
Leaders.
We've come across all different nations, all different societies. Yet we are talking in a friendly manner. There is no hostility towards anyone, right? And see what happens to the politicians. You get the politicians on this show. I can assure you, you will enjoy them.
No, I
You will enjoy the politicians on the show.
no
You
problem.
get politicians from India.
See,
You
who is
get
the
politicians
politician?
from your part
We
of
are
the
going to be
world.
the
We
politician.
are
See,
going to.
politicians are not the qualified person. They are not
So,
qualified to be
no,
politics.
no.
We are
I'm
the
just
one.
telling
We are
that.
the one
So
who come into the politics.
No,
I'm going to take a vote here as a person of the world. I just don't think leaders should be controlling
Yes.
pandemics unless they are a doctor or a scientist of some kind.
Mhm.
I think in any pandemic situation that it should be managed by appointed people who know how to deal with it. Like you were saying, if you're going to fund war, you fund war with warriors. Why aren't we taking care of this with our warriors for a pandemic? There are people who do this for a living
Yes.
or understand it. We've seen it in past or epidemics. To reduce the spread. So I think that's number one is now we need to start appointing our warriors for pandemics because this will not be the last attack on us from a virus. But that you just hit the nail on the head. I mean, wow. Because that's a lot of things to absorb. If you carried all of that to a leader, he would shut down. He would have a meltdown. With the leaders, I've learned you got to go three items at a time. You can't take more than three items, and so what we need to do is probably take a look at those and go, hey, these are the three that we really need to focus on. But I think right now what I'm hearing is we still need to wait it out. I know that most countries have given an extension of time, which is killing people who are staying home and being good. And we got solutions for that. We got Alexandra May, whoop, whoop, an awesome cafe on Sunday.
Yeah.
But we've also got chess stars. Alexandra Sasha Star, decided to do lectures on chess and how to guess the next moves every Saturday afternoon. So there are things that you can do. You don't have to sit at home and feel sorry for yourself. If you've got something that you need or need to get off your chest, go live at ibm.tv and share with us. And if you need some help, we've got doctors, folks. If you're suffering from a sickness and you don't have a doctor to call, reach out to us. We'll help you find somebody to talk to. Dr. Art said that he's got more time now to take phone calls because he's not treating patients at the doctor's office anymore. So what do we do, right? Use the phone. Who do you call? Your doctor. We're virus busters and not ghostbusters. We're virus busters. Who are you going to call?
Virus busters.
Yes, virus busters. COVID busters.
COVID busters.
You got to have a little fun. Laughter, I think, is sometimes the best medicine. Right now, we've had a lot of tears today. I think my heart just got broken today. And so I'm going to figure out how to fix that problem because my heart cannot bear any more old people dying alone. After he shared that story with me today, I was almost on meltdown. If my computer didn't shut off soon, I think I was going to shut it off because, these old people, they've given their lives to our world, 70, 80 years. And for them to we all know we have to die sometime. I hate the people who say that. We all have to die sometime. Yeah, I get it, people. I get it. We're all going to die sometime. But there's too many people dying without somebody holding their hand. And, so we're going to fix that problem too. But the biggest thing we're going to do is build our immunity. Like Dr. Tula has been sharing with us since day one. Day one, he has told us this. And keep our hands clean, keep our environment clean, wear masks, not because of you, people, because you love everyone else. You don't want to share that disease, and you wear it right. Watch our other show, wear it right, and but think about other people. But if you're alone, join us on Sunday with Alexandra May and the beautiful music that she's bringing to the world. We got some great guests coming up. I don't know about just this weekend, but I know other ones that we've been talking to that I'm just like super excited about.
Yeah.
And, but share with us, Alexandra, some good happy news.
Okay, some good happy news. So you're totally right, Kim. This has become one of the highlights of my week to do this show because it's literally all about music and chatting to some really cool people who just are so passionate about what they do. And I love people's passion. I just want to like eat it up. I'm one of those people. So you're right. This week's a pretty cool week. We're going full on musical theater themed. So last week we sort of dabbled in a bit of musical theater, but with some legends in both worlds, both the pop world and then a bit of musical theater. This week is just 3 legends in musical theater. So the first person I want to tell you guys about is Jared Nerdin. Now he just starred as Rocky in the Rocky Horror Picture Show in South Africa here, and he was just amazing. He has done a whole lot of musical theater shows, which we're going to dive into when he's on tomorrow night. He has been nominated for numerous awards. He has traveled the world. He has traveled the world. So he's one of those fabulous people. I literally sent him a voice note, and I got this one back, and I just was like, I like you. You're cool. I like you. He just exudes that energy. So he's going to be cool to chat to. Then we have a beautiful woman called Carmen Pretorius. Now,